Well, I think it's very important for uh, um entities. I hesitate to use the word entities, but um, for us to build on the success of what we observe through honoring nations. It's a receptacle, in my view, of who and what we're all about. And it's certainly about how we work, in our cases with non-Indian America, but also we have to take those and use them much more assertively than we have in the past. We aren't demanding enough of our relations with the U.S. government. You know, Sitting Bull never referred to the U.S. government as just an entity. He referred to the people that came, and we had several European migrations that came in the northern hemisphere as well as the southern. But he always referred to, in our case, where the U.S. government was, as the Americans. And he treated them as Americans. He didn't disrespect them, and he did not have any disrespect for them so much as he said, listen, I'm here to take care of my own people, and I never disrespected any others except to defend my family, my children, and my grandchildren to come. And he said, I never hurt anyone else except for the reason that I was protecting our own people. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we can live in peace and friendship. Sitting Bull knew that even to the day that he died. And he had been out to Europe and the East Coast, and he had seen what was out there. And he told my grandmother in a story about what he saw out there, because he had been to the East Coast. He said, we do have to learn how to live with all these other people, the Washichus, the white person, or the other foreigners, as we would say it. Because he said, we have no choice. They are here. They're not going to go away. And he said, they're like the ants. If you've ever seen an ant pile of ants, an army of ants that are busy building things for themselves, and they're doing what they should do. But he said, they're coming. He said, I've seen them, and I've gone to their places. And he said, there are so many of them. He said, you can't stomp them out. You can't stop them. They're going to come. And so for this reason alone, we need to learn how to live with them, and we need to learn how to both accept and deal with them, is what he said. And that's what he told my grandmother in a little classroom where she was at the time. And we were looking back in that period of time. It was a time of great havoc because our families were being split up, our tribal bands were being split up. We were forced into what are now called reservations. And we didn't want to leave those places. And that was the natural human spirit of what we wanted. We wanted to be where we were, who we were, and what we needed to do. So that's very important for us to remember. But on the other hand, Sitting Bull, much as they accused him of many negative things, the U.S. government, that is, they were wrong, and they were misinterpreting who we are. And that's the other thing. We need good messengers. Good iapahas, we call them, good messengers, people who deliver good messages about where and what we're all about. And we have to give that good and positive message, I guess is the best way to put it, as we proceed. And that's something that the spirit of our young people and those to come are going to have to always remember, not just the negative lessons. Yes, there are those, but we have to put them in a different way.